That scares me, Fuchsia. Like, Sonic is, I don't know. Sonic doesn't bother me so much, but just tired of it, man. 5 Sonics in less than 3 seasons is just a lot. Let's figure out this. Figure out the Sonic lore wheel struggles. It's your first Sonic ever, Steven, or your first Sonic on the wheel? Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we've had Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 twice each. And so now here we are, the 5th one being Sonic CD. I've heard 3D Blast is really, really bad. People seem to really not care for that one. The flickies? Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to like bring them to the giant ring in order to like progress in the stage or something like that. Like the giant rings block progress. I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah, it was that early 3D where depth perception was a joke. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fusha, do you play much Pokemon at all? Like on your own time? Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there, Steven. I have I've played like Red and Blue a ton. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I've played a bunch. But Gold and Silver is like one of the ones that I think I've played it through once, so I don't know a whole lot about it. Yeah, I had to have something up there, so. Oh, you're fine, Stormy. I'm only just getting started here anyway. My youngest took a bit to get tired for her nap, so. So anyway, we got a few people here. If I'm new to this whole affiliate thing, so if ads pop up, just let me know and I'll pause. But we can probably get going here. So here we have week 6, the dreaded Sonic CD. Looks like we'll be playing this on the Fusion emulator, which while I do like that the Fusion emulator, yeah, I don't really know how ads work, I'll be honest. I tried to set it up with like a pre-roll, and then hopefully that kind of delays it as much as possible, but that's about the best I can do. Anyway, as I was saying, the Fusion emulator here is, I like that it is multifunctional and that you have 3 or 4 different Sega systems that you can play on, but damn if it isn't touchy. Mid rolls pop up the same for everyone except people with ad block. Okay, well I hope you have ad block then. I ain't doing this for revenue. You need to grab a separate BIOS for Sega CD. Okay, thank you, Fusha. I was gonna ask that. I forgot. Someone was asking about it um, in the Discord. And is that BIOS available on CD Romance? Do you know? I imagine it is. Pretty good about that kind of stuff. It's available in the top result of your internet search engine of choice. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Do you happen to have the BIOS like file name? Because like I remember like the PS2 one was like 90,001 or something like that, or 10,001. Ah, well, we can Google it and find out. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, Sega CD BIOS. Looks like it is on CD Romance. Okay. Here you go. No info, but it's right there. It's 1 megabyte. Cool. Easy peasy then. So make sure you have that downloaded in its appropriate folder, and should be able to run this without a hitch then. So, Sonic CD is a classic video game. Introduced Sonic the Hedgehog fans, all 2 of them, to a time-traveling adventure like no other. Sorry, 3. I forgot about Garlips. Developed and published by Sega, this iconic title was initially released for the Sega CD platform in 1993 and later became available on various other platforms. In Sonic CD, players once again assume the role of the speedy blue hedgehog, Sonic, as he sets out to thwart the nefarious plans of his arch-nemesis, Dr. Robotnik, also known as Dr. Eggman. What sets Sonic CD apart from other games in the series is its unique time travel mechanic. As Sonic, players can travel between the past, present, and future versions of each level, each with its own distinct visual style and challenges. This time-twisting gameplay not only adds a layer of complexity, but also offers multiple pathways through the game, enhancing replayability and exploration. With its stellar 2D graphics, catchy music, and the introduction of Sonic's fan-favorite sidekick Amy Rose, Sonic CD has become a beloved part of the Sonic franchise's legacy. It remains a cherished classic among fans and a testament to Sonic's enduring popularity, citation needed, in the world of video games. Get ready to rev up your spin dash and experience the time-bending adventure of Sonic CD. So, what I've gathered about this time travel mechanic is that if you go to the past, the enemies are harder, but the stages are easier. If you go to the future, it's the reverse. The stages are harder, but the enemies are easier. Welcome in, Decky. Whereas apparently the present is some kind of middle ground there. The past, present, and future, from what I've gathered, doesn't affect your ability to get the bonus stages. I'm getting better, Decky. I'm getting better. I finished up my round of antibiotics, and my cough's starting to finally go away. Today's been a much better day than last 2 weeks. But from what I gather, the time travel mechanic, past, present, future, doesn't change your ability to get to the bonus stage. The bonus stage being get to the end of Act 1 or Act 2 with 50 rings, kind of like the old Sonic 1 bonus stages. So it sounds like you can do that on any of them, and there are, just like the previous one, there's seven gems to get. So ideally, you want to get those 7 gems and then beat the game. That's going to be your best performance. So obviously, we're playing the Mega CD here. We've done the Sonic Shuffle a few times already, so this one is no surprise. Beat the game the fastest and with the most time stones. Okay, there's 6. I thought Garlic said there was 7. Anyway, there's 6 or 7. Go until it says you have them all. Sonic CD has an interesting twist, unlike our previous forays. Okay, Fuchsia says there's 7. Alright, well, aim for 7 then. If you get 6, you're probably going to do fairly good. Sonic CD has an interesting twist, unlike our previous forays into the series. Sonic can travel backwards or forwards in time by using signposts and running at a consistent speed. Time travel alters both the level itself as well as the music, and while the latter is just a nice variation, the former does have an impact. Yeah. Well, that's why we do this update. Sometimes not everything gets caught. Traveling to the past provides more difficult badniks, but the levels are kinder and more welcoming. Traveling to the bad future means the robots are falling apart, so less of a threat, but the roboticization of the world is nearly complete and thus quite dangerous. However, collecting all the time stones, acquiring 50 rings, and entering the giant ring at the end of Act 1 or 2 will... Hold on a second. My oldest feels like now is the time to play with all the loud toys. However, collecting all the time stones, acquiring 50 rings, and entering the giant ring at the end of Act 1 or 2 will ensure a good future in every act and zone, which is badnik-free and idyllic. Going to the past and destroying the badnik transporter will also ensure a good future in that act, though this will be time-consuming as the levels are non-linear. Getting 2 good futures provides a good future versus the zone boss, which means more help in the form of ring boxes, shields, even invincibility to tackle Dr. Robotnik. You can enter the special stage from any time period, you just need 50 rings. Yeah. So, beat the game is your primary progress, next one being time stones collected, and then at what time you did that. Alright, so it seems like if you collect all the time stones, you get all 7 of them, then you go to the future and it's just Easy Street. Yeah, it's a little toy robot that talks and does math and stuff. Yes, this is Wii Shop music. So if you don't beat the game, time stones you pick up along the way will mark progress. Yeah, I would assume whatever the most recent point of progress was, whether that is a new time stone or a new stage. It does say beat game here, but I take that to mean highest level reached if you don't beat the game. Decky, do you have any clarification on that? Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I get the trying to be edgy and funny, but sometimes that leaves a little confusion. Cool. Okay, so yeah, whether you got a new stage or a new time stone, whatever the farthest one was, that's your timestamp. Can't intentionally game over to retry a previous special stage or do a reset. Okay. I mean, if you die, you die, and if that comes with a bonus attempt at the special stage, all right. Just a little silver lining to the death, then, I guess. But yeah, he did seem to discourage dying on purpose. Anyway, so that's the rule set. Let's take a peek at the manual. So, game has an epilepsy warning. If you have problems with epilepsy, maybe this isn't the game for you. If you have any sense of taste, also this game may not be for you. Oh, fair. A world that defies time. Sonic, where are you going now? Sonic the Hedgehog looked over his shoulder at Princess Sally, the young hedgehog who was racing hot on his heels. Never late. I don't care. We don't care about the story. I'm sorry, we don't care about the story. Hey, Kylo, you have never claimed to have taste, so it's okay. Setting up for Q sound. Ooh, multi-dimensional sound placement technology. Your Sega CD is connected to stereo sound. You can submerge yourself in the magic of state-of-the-art Q sound. So that is an option if you guys have it. Yeah, Stormy's right. Yeah, you're probably not tasting a whole lot right now. So let's skip this. We don't care. Okay, we got D-pad, we got new game. That's what we're obviously going to be doing here. Continue. Not going to be doing time attack. I imagine continue is if you need to stop and come back, but save states also if you're pausing for the night. So we have our control here, the standard 3-button Genesis. Got the D-pad, start button, A, B, C. D-pad's going to make you move. You can make Sonic look up by pressing up. Press it up twice and hold to scroll the screen up. Press down to make Sonic duck. Press it twice and hold to scroll the screen down. In the special stage, press down to slow Sonic down. Press left or right to make the selections on the title screen. Press to make selections on the title and time attack menus. Start to start, duh. Press to cancel the time warp animation screen. Okay. This could be handy, save you a little bit of time. Or maybe that cancels it as in you won't time warp when you're not trying to. And you can press it to pause. A, B, and C all do the same thing. Once again, 1-button Sonic. Press to make Sonic jump and perform a spin attack. Press to move the flippers in round 2 Collision Chaos. Okay, so you have flippers. Be aware of that. Sounds like a pinball type stage. Or maybe it's like the casino night where there's flippers on the wall. Press to enter your selections on the game menus. Okay? If you're using a Sega 6-button controller pad, please don't. X, Y, and Z are not used. So we have the super spin attack. Hold the D-pad down when Sonic is running. He'll roll into a spiky blue ball. Great for mowing down enemies or bashing through barriers. Level progression over time stones over time. People who completed 5 levels with 0 stones beat someone with 4 levels and 4 stones. Yes. Best result, all 7 levels complete, 6 stones, fastest time. Yep. Good. Sonic is invulnerable to harm during the super spin attack. Really? I question that. I feel like if you hold down and you go into spikes, you're going to get hurt. Super peel out. Make Sonic stand still and hold the D-pad up while pressing A, B, or C. Sonic's feet will start racing at turbo speed. Okay, so that's new. Release the D-pad to zoom off in a burst of speed. So you just hold up to do the spin dash now? Manual itself even contradicts that later on. Super. The super peel out is an awesome way to zip uphill from a standing start. No, the spin attack is like when you're rolling, you push down to go into a ball. I mean, that's normal. That's old. I feel like if I am running at a set of spikes and I push down, I'm still gonna get hurt. So that, oh, incoming dog barks. Super peel out. I do like what it says here. The super peel out's an awesome way to zip uphill from a standing start because yeah, if you're on a hill and you push down, you're gonna start rolling down the hill. Okay, that makes sense. Sonic can take damage during a super peel out. Now we have the super spin dash. Make Sonic stand still, hold D-pad down while pressing A, B, or C, and so basically you have the same thing, but he's in a ball. Sonic is invulnerable to harm during a super spin dash attack. Lies. This has got to be a lie. There's no way you are completely invulnerable. Super grip. If Sonic gets close enough to a pole, he'll automatically grab it and hold on. On vertical poles, press the D-pad up or down to make him shift position, kind of like Sonic 3. On horizontal poles, press the D-pad left or right. Okay. Press A, B, or C to make him let go. Race for the rings. Yes, yes, Tater, that is the song of this week. Welcome in, bud. So we have lives, time frame, score, time, rings. So it says P, so is that past or present? I wonder if it's like a different color. We'll find out probably. Sonic Pole Dancing Edition, yes. I mean, he did say this is the one that Amy Rose gets introduced, so... weird. Score. Increase your score by destroying enemy robots and blocks and collecting bonuses at the end of each zone. I don't think score does literally anything. Timer. This time counter shows how long you've been in the zone. You have up to 10 minutes to complete the zone. If you go over the time limit, you lose a life. Rings. 3 things make you invulnerable to enemy attacks. Sonic's super spin attack, his super spin dash, and rings. As long as you have rings, you can't be destroyed by an attack or by touching an enemy, although you will lose all your rings. If you have no rings, the ring indicator will flash. If you get hit then, you lose a life. Standard Sonic fare. Rings earn extra points and special bonuses at the end of each zone, so grab as many as you can. You need 50 rings to enter the special stage. Lives. You start each game with 3 lives. Collect extra lives by picking up 1-up items, collecting 100 rings. Ah, score does do something. 50,000 points. Thank you, Decky. Appreciate your hard work, bud. So, time frame. This symbol shows the time frame you're currently in. You'll see a Sonic symbol for the present. Ah, there we go. P for the past, and an F for the future. F for the future of Sonic, maybe. For more information, see page 10. So here's our super items. You'll find monitors stashed in every round, just like old Sonic. Break them open with a spin attack to get the super items inside. We got our power sneakers to get a super burst of uncontrollable speed that will likely get you killed. A super ring gives you 10 rings at once. Always get these. 1-up gets you an extra life. Always get those. Invincible protects you from enemies and some hostile terrain, but only for a short time. Also good. A shield absorbs 1 hit of damage. So it looks like we only have standard shields, not the 3 different shields you could get in Sonic 3. A lamppost records your present score and time the moment you touch it. If you lose a life while in that zone, you will start your next life at the last lamppost you touched. You'll keep your last score and time, though you'll lose all your rings. Alright, so now here's the fun mechanic here. Type warp signs, marked past and future, are scattered around each zone. When you hit one of these signs and make it spin, time warp signs. Boy, I wish this was more clear. Oh, I think it's down here maybe? Maybe this is it, future. When you hit one of these signs and make it spin, a past or future symbol appears at the bottom of the screen. Now it's time to really pick up the pace. When you start moving fast enough, you'll see bright stars trailing in Sonic's wake. If you can keep up your speed for a few seconds, the time warp will blaze into effect, and you can push start to cancel that. Be careful. Sudden changes of speed, slowing down, or coming within range of the goal will cancel the time warp. You can try for a time warp again as long as the symbol remains at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Here's the signs. The past symbol takes you back in time to the same zone as it was long, long ago. You can also use this symbol to warp from a future time to the present. The future symbol takes you one step ahead in time, from past to present, or from present to future. Since no one can see up the future, there are two different possibilities. A future where the little planet is free of Robotnik's control, or a future where Dr. Robotnik has been allowed to run amok. Zoom through the zones. Each round has 3 zones. At the end of every third zone, you'll face Dr. Robotnik and one of his weird contraptions. Palm Tree Panic. Loop the loops, twist through corkscrew turns, find footing on hidden platforms, and spin the wheels to blast up vertical ramps. This round promises plenty of action for a fleet-footed hedgehog. Hope you remembered to bring your mosquito repellent, because some of these enemies take a big bite. So this is your standard World 1 for any Sonic game. Green Hill Zone, Emerald Hill Zone. Collision Chaos. Sonic becomes a whirling blue pinball, like we said. In this land of bright lights and bumpers, flippers, and spikes, Robotnik's robots will really be gunning for you here. Mow them down first with the spin attack. Press button A, B, or C to activate the flippers, and send Sonic flying through the pinball courses for big bonus points. So, Sonic Spinball, everyone. Tidal Tempest. As you dive into this underwater adventure, remember that you'll need an air once in a while. Panic. If you go too long without it, a countdown appears. When the countdown reaches 0, you lose a life. Take a deep breath from air bubbles that drift up certain blocks, switches activate propellers, and the current will send you spinning. Grab onto the nearest pole to save yourself from steel spikes. So, standard Sonic water level. You're good, Decky. You do the best you can, man. Quartz Quadrant. Look out for falling rocks as you race through a treasure trove of glittering gems. Touch the arrow signs to change the direction of the moving conveyor belts. Okay. Spiny snails, slimy caterpillars, and cannon-toting beetles will try their best to slow you down. Okay. Okay, so then we have Wacky Workbench. Oh, I like Sonic's face here. Oh. Electricity rules the Wacky Workbench, and the ground isn't always grounded. If you land on it when it's flashing, the current will bounce you high into the air. Okay, so it doesn't sound like it hurts you. Turbines and bobbins send you spinning. Press A, B, or C to sling yourself clear. Whirl yourself dizzy on turntable platforms, and don't get iced by the exhaust vents. When the electrical conduits around you begin to flicker, get out of the way or you'll be in for a shock. Okay? Stardust Speedway. Shoot through a maze of valves and pipes in a world of stardust and music, mind-boggling speed, and danger. Speaking of music, it's been said that the European and Japanese versions have a quote-unquote superior soundtrack, whereas the American version apparently has a lesser quality one. I don't know if it's different songs or just poor quality, but that is apparently a thing. So, Metallica madness, yes. So, wipe out lightning bugs before they catch you in their currents. Look for ways to open passageways and bypass springs. Watch your step. Metallica madness here. We're going to ride the lightning. Evil Dr. Robotnik has created a nightmare of pumping pistons, walls of spikes, and blade-wielding badniks out to slice and dice you. It'll take all your speed and skill to get through the stage, but once you do, it's time for the final showdown. The future is up to you. Okay, so this is the last stage. Hell yeah. So, let's count them up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 worlds. 7 worlds. So that's 21 total stages, probably with a final boss stage, so 22. And you'll have 14. That'll give you 14 opportunities to get 7 gems. Since you won't be able to do it on Act 3 of each world. So, special stage. If you reach the goal while carrying 50 rings or more, you'll be able to enter the special stage. You'll see a large golden ring. Leap through this special ring to enter the special stage. Special stage has a 3-dimensional course scattered with UFOs. If you can destroy all of the UFOs before the timer runs out, you'll pick up a time stone. Collect all 7 time stones before Robotnik finds them. Oh, I think I've seen this before. This handles like absolute shit, if I remember right. So, good fucking luck. God, I don't know where I played it, but I feel like I've done one of these special stages before. And it's like you take the slippy slidey of Sonic and then you put it on a fucking F-Zero stage. And yeah, I don't remember having a very good time with it. But I also remember it being like a loop, so maybe it was something else. Oh, you know what? It was one of those newer Sonic. It might have been Generations or I don't know, one of the ones that was on PlayStation that I think had like a bunch of different old Sonic stuff on it. So it might have been Generations. Anyway, I remember doing this like in just like a NASCAR lap track, and it's sucking total ass. Each UFO conceals one of the following items. Sneakers give you an extra burst of speed for lovely to make it even harder to control. Super Ring gives you 10 rings at once, and Time Bonus, which we're all going to need, adds 30 seconds to your timer. Some of the items you'll bump into in the special stage will help you. Others will make the course even more difficult. Here's what to look for. Chopper blocks. Grab your feet, knocking you flat on your face and making you drop some of your rings. Ouch. Okay, avoid them. Fan blocks send you spinning into the air. Use this free flight for shortcuts if you can time it just right. Okay. Bounce high into the air on spring blocks for shortcuts and airborne attacks. Dash zones send you speeding in the direction their arrows point to. If you stray off course, the bumpers will bounce you back. Okay? Ooh, going into the water shaves 10 seconds off the timer, so don't do that. You will exit the special stage if you pick up a time stone, if you leave the course, such as by going into water for too long, or if the timer runs out. Note, once you pick up all 7 time stones, the special stage no longer appears. Good. Settling the score. Scores tallied up at the end of each zone. 100 to 1,000 points each for enemies. The boss is 1,000. Rings are 100 points each. Oh, if you clear a zone in under 30 seconds, you get a straight 1-up. Okay. That's probably not going to happen, but okay. Game over / continue. The game ends when you run out of lives. Then the title screen returns. To continue a game, select continue from the game menu and press start. You'll begin to play at the first zone of the last round you played. There's no limit to the number of times you can continue. Okay. No game overs on purpose, but it is Sonic. You can take game overs. Wait, did we clarify that if you get a game over, you got to start all the way over? Or do you get to continue? I feel like that was brought up at one point. You get to continue. Okay, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Because that would be a bummer. No limit to the number of times you can continue. Time attack. But then again, I mean, starting over has its own perks too if you want to try to get some of the easier gems. Time attack. Yeah, just no dying to reset the stage intentionally, yeah. You cannot retry the special stage on that run if you already tried that special stage, is how I understood it. Yeah, that's I don't know, that seems a bit murky there. Instructions unclear. Dick stuck in sailing fan. Time attack is something we're not doing, so who cares? We're not playing any more Sonic than we absolutely have to. High speed hints. Grab as many rings as you can. They protect you from harm and earn special bonuses. Never go for too long without at least one ring. Yeah, the boss strategy. Charging full speed ahead is not always the best way to get through a zone. Often the areas where you can move the fastest are also the most dangerous. Try to learn the route before you pour on the speed. Watch enemies from a safe place to see how they move and attack. Some of them have invulnerable spots and can do you damage even during a super spin attack or super spin dash. Find their weak point spots and let them have it. Like I said, you are not completely invulnerable when you do those. Lies book. Each zone is full of hidden routes and secret rooms filled with super items. Bounce off springs, press against walls, and use the super spin attack to discover them. Head on is not always the best way to deal with Dr. Robotnik. In fact, it's usually the worst. Dodge his attacks and watch him closely to find his vulnerable spots. And then we have music credits. Sonic Boom lyrics. If you're strong, you can fly. You can reach the other side of the rainbow. Sonic boobs, Sonic boobs, Sonic boobs. Okay. Ooh, $1,000 music CD sweeps entry. Free Sega Vision subscription. Hot new game info. Exclusive offers. Charter membership. All mine. And more when you register your Sega CD purchase. Do it today. Man, I remember the big push to register your games. Like all it was marketing, just them getting marketing data. Okay, that's kind of what I thought, Decky. If you do it on purpose to get a retry, then that is not good. But if you fucking die and you're like, well, gotta start the level over, I guess just you could probably scumbag that too if you wanted to and just make it look like you're dying. Oh no, I ran into the boss again. No, don't do that. Anyway, this is all the goofy old 90s stuff. Now here's something that totally blew my mind. This game came out in 92, 93. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Is if you're not dying solely for the purpose of restarting a special stage, it should be still good. I mean, you're already losing progress anyway. You might as well get some kind of help, some kind of hand up. This game came out in 92, 93, and that is way older than I thought this would be. I thought this would be like mid 90s, like 95, 96, maybe even 97. No, this is way early. Like my mental timeline here, it breaks my brain thinking this game came out before like Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI. Which means that the Sega CD had already been released by then. Now the Sega CDs in 92. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, that's way early. Yeah. And I think, I want to say did the CD come out after the 32X? And that giant Tower of Power monstrosity? I thought the 32X was the last. I don't know. Now I gotta look it up. Hold on. Help me, Google. You're my only hope. Sega 32X. When did it come out? Yeah, because the 32X plugs right into the top. No, but it came out in 94. Okay, so the Sega CD first, and then the 32X, where they went back to cartridges again. But you had to have all three. Wild. Absolutely wild. Alright, so, I mean, that's the book. Sounds like it's basic Sonic stuff with a little bit of time travel if you want to. It's not necessary to time travel. I'm thinking until I get a good feel. Yeah, the Tower of Power. I'm thinking right now, like my strategy is just gonna feel it out in the standard present and see how that works for me. Because I kind of feel like if I have enemies that are too hard or a stage that's too covered in spikes, I'm probably going to lose rings pretty hard on that. But if I can get a good balance between the two, I can probably hold on to my rings a little better. Sometimes it's harder not to time travel. Yeah, it kind of seems like, just when we were looking at the pictures here, it looks like you could easily get trapped into a time warp. But I guess you can push start to cancel it. So maybe that's an option if you're trying not to. Just push start and get out of it. So maybe that's something we'll have to keep in mind. Unless all it does is just speed up the animation and you still end up time traveling anyway. Which would be no bueno. Anyway, so that's Sonic CD. Get as far as you can. Try to get all 7 gems. You have 14 opportunities to even enter the special stage. Assuming you get to the end. And take some Tums before you play so you don't get too sick. I intend to run in about 5 hours or so. Both my kids should be in bed at that time. Alright, and what everybody came here to see today. I did take the liberty of removing a couple people who hadn't submitted any runs yet this season. Sorry, Irish, I do love you, but you've come up on like every single week, and I don't think you have any intention of playing. Or at least any ability to do so. But on our results here, we did get a hit on 8th place there. Quantum did come in 8th on Monkey Ball, as predicted. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna get my notepad out because I gotta keep tabs of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so 10th place in Sonic CD. Oh. Alright, Steven. I don't know if that's good or bad for Sonic. Who knows how many people are going to skip this one, so 10th might not be so great if we only get 6 people who play. But hey, you know what? 10th is points. Points is points. Stormy, alright. Sonic fan in the making. Yeah. I just want to get this one over with. There's Fuchsia. Fuchsia, you weren't too thrilled with your progress, it sounded like. So 7th might be a possibility. Quantum Player 1 in 7th. I don't know if he's actually played this or not. Poor Quantum has gotten to the final boss in Earthworm Jim twice now. On 2 different runs and game over both. Big Captain. Big Captain almost netting first place in Monkey Ball. Got edged out by Garlips. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, right now this is actually straight up. We might have a 10 for 10 here. Thomas the Wizard. I don't think Tom has the stomach for Sonic, to be honest, so I'm not sure about that one. I'm pretty sure he's one of us that absolutely detests it. Hex. Not sure how good Hex does with these kind of games. Surprise Nina. This is actually probably a game she might jump in on. I wouldn't be surprised to see her jump in for a Sonic game. Yeah, I thought she did the other Sonic. She's done also like Crash Bandicoot. Our newcomer Jace. It's a pretty strong finish for his second. He actually already started his run, so I'm not sure how good he did. I had to bail on the stream because I couldn't watch it. Oh, you're right. I forgot to add Adrian. Well, sorry, Adrian. I'm not redoing it. And we have Carl. Carl. I think Carl's only submitted on one game this year so far, or this season. Let me double check that. Okay, Carl will be Adrian. Good call. I like that one, Stormy. Sorry, Carl. You're replaced with Adrian. So Adrian is going to take first place. By the way, Adrian did beat Snot 3 and Tubes 2 on Earthworm Jim, so yeah, she's got it in her to do it. So, all right, so we got 10th place Stevens Rocket, 9th place Stormy Coyote, 8th place Fuchsia, 7th is Quantum, 6th is Big Captain, 10 is Tom, or 5 is Tom the Wizard, 4 is Hextree, 3 is Nina, 2 is Jace, and 1 is Adrian. Would have been 6 in season 3. Yeah, I think beating Snot puts her after you, me, and Quantum, and Octo. So currently 5th. Depending on, well, she beat Garlips. Yeah, nice. All right, let's change Carl out before I forget. Or actually, I'll just hide him in case he comes back. And we'll just add her. Okay. All right, guys. So that's pre-3 for today. Again, best of luck to everybody. Stomach as much as you possibly can. It's gonna be tough for all of us. But stick it out. See your full 5 hours. That's how you're gonna net the most points. Good example is actually Adrian, who on her stream got stuck on the second stage, and was there for 2.5 hours. Picked it up later and absolutely beat the heck out of it. Now she's up to stage 5 or 6. So she's on stage 5, level 5. So, you know, definitely see your time through. Don't give up on games. You can gut it out. Sometimes you just need to take a break. So, All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Kylo will hopefully have his voice back by then, and we can have his witty commentary again. Um, and yeah, best of luck again. Have a good one. Take care.